Well, it's over, it's over, it's over. I won't be pushed around. Move over, move over, move over. Get back or just get out. Set this pain up in flames. It's over, it's over, it's over. It's time to burn it down. This one goes to the castaways who break their backs, slaving every day. All these things I can do without. Gonna burn it down, burn it down. Burn it down, burn it down. Burn it down, burn it down. It's over, it's over, it's over. Move over, move over, move over. It's over, it's over, it's over. I won't be pushed around. Move over, move over, move over. Burn it down, burn it down. This one goes to the castaways who break their backs, slaving every day. All these things I can do without. Gonna burn it down, burn it down. 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 Burn it down, burn it down.
Poe's Raven by E.T. Brother. You might think me mad after you hear my tale. Perhaps I am. But if I be mad, it's surely the raven's fault. Poe's Raven. I know what you must be thinking. Surely Poe's Raven is long dead. Dead and turned to dust long ago. And at one time, I would have willingly agreed with you, but not anymore. Not anymore. This all began a few months ago, or perhaps it was years ago, mayhap even another lifetime. I know that sounds insane, but time has no meaning to me anymore. Nothing has any meaning to me. Time is irrelevant. Life has become irrelevant, meaningless. This all began with my reading of The Raven by Poe. And from that moment on, my life has never been the same. It has been turned upside down and become a living hell. When I finished reading The Raven, I felt no different. But things were no longer as they had been. I walked outside my house moments after I finished reading and realized nothing looked the same. My neighborhood no longer looked the same. Most of the houses were gone. I stared around in disbelief, unable to believe what I was seeing. What was going on? This could not be. It was an impossibility. Houses don't just vanish. After looking around for several minutes in utter disbelief, I convinced myself I was obviously sleeping, dreaming. I must be, because what I was seeing was a complete impossibility. I turned to walk inside, to walk back into my house, and discovered my house was no longer there. What the hell is this? This cannot be. My house couldn't have vanished. This must be a dream, I thought. I turned back around, and to my astonishment, the rest of the neighborhood was gone. I was standing in a field. I looked all around. There was nothing about in any direction. I stood where I was. I was utterly perplexed. This could not be. It was surely a dream. And that's when I saw it. There was a raven nearby. It was sitting on a fence post, watching me. I looked away from the raven after a moment and tried to figure out where I was, tried to figure out what was happening. Nothing made any sense. It had to be a dream. I had to figure this out, had to do something, but I could see nothing in any direction. It was as if everything that I had ever known was gone, and I was alone, except for the raven. I turned back toward the raven. It was still there, still sitting, still watching. It watched me with unblinking eyes. I watched it for several moments. It watched me back. It made me feel uneasy. I finally made up my mind to do something, go somewhere. I couldn't stay where I was. I believed it was a dream. It had to be. But still, in the back of my mind, I doubted it was. The raven seemed real enough. I had to do something. Nothing was the same as it had been before. I had to figure out what was going on so I could make sense of this, if sense could be made of it. I chose a direction and began walking. Everything looked the same. There was nothing in any direction except for that fence and the raven. They were there. I walked away from the raven and began to follow the fence. It had to lead somewhere, and I wanted to be rid of that raven. It made me uneasy. I looked back the way I had come. After I'd been walking for a while, I believed to see how far back that raven was. It must surely be nothing but a small speck in the distance. But to my astonishment, the raven was just a few feet behind me, sitting on a fence post, sitting there watching me. What is this? Is the raven following me? Why is it following me? I wondered. I turned away from the raven and began to walk. After a few moments, I looked back over my shoulder. The raven was right behind me, sitting on a fence post nearby, watching me. What does it want? Why is it following me? Is it mocking me? It must be, I thought. I looked away from the raven, quickened my pace, and tried to leave the raven behind me. I was almost running. That damned raven was making me very uneasy. This whole situation was making me uneasy. But the raven was making it much worse. Why was it following me? It had to be the same one. I saw nothing else around. There were no other ravens anywhere around. I walked for some time, walked at a fast pace, and didn't look back. I walked until I was almost exhausted and ready to drop. I finally stopped, bent over, and caught my breath. I glanced behind me and almost hollered out in surprise. The raven was just a few feet away, sitting on a fence post, watching me with unblinking eyes. What do you want from me, you wretched bird? Be gone with you. Follow me no more, I hollered. The raven sat where it was, sat and watched me with unblinking eyes. I stood up, turned toward it, and tried to shoo it away. But it moved not at all. It continued to sit where it was. and continued to watch me. I looked at the wretched raven for several moments. It sat on the fence post, unmoving, watching me. I thought about trying to scare it away, run at it, but I must admit, the damn thing scared me. It was unnatural. I finally turned away from it and began to walk. I tried not to look back, but that was impossible. I couldn't help it. Every time I looked back, the raven was there, right there, sitting a little ways behind me, sitting on a fence post, sitting and watching. I walked until I could walk no more. Then I collapsed. I was utterly exhausted. I couldn't move. Sleep began to overtake me. But just before it took me fully, I glanced back the way I'd come. The raven was there, sitting on a fence post, sitting and watching me with unblinking eyes. Sleep overtook me, and I knew no more for some time. I dreamed of the raven, Poe's raven, my raven, that cursed, wretched raven. When I woke and became aware of my surroundings, I hoped I would find myself in bed, but that was not to be. I found myself right where I had been before, on the ground, beside this fence, this seemingly unending fence, and the raven was sitting on the fence post, watching me. Since that day, I have been unable to make my way home, and I've been unable to rid myself of that ghastly, wretched raven. It follows me, mocks me, haunts me, laughs at me, and refuses to leave me. It haunts me in my waking moments and in my dreams. I can't escape it. I know not what is real anymore. Maybe none of this is real. Mayhap this is nothing but my imagination. I fear this is all in my mind. Perhaps